Sup, body bags? I think today's the start of theme week, so I think I'm not actually sure who picked the theme week, but it's Hood Week, and there's so many good options to choose from. But just because I haven't seen it in a long time and I wanted to rewatch it, decided to go with Leprechaun in the Hood. And to my surprise, it didn't look like anybody had reviewed it yet, shockingly. But yeah, this is actually one of my favorites of the franchise, even though the franchise is goofy and stupid as hell. I do like 1, I love 2, I love 3, I even love 4. I love In the Hood, I love Back to the Hood. I hate Origins with a passion, so I don't even consider that part of the franchise. It's that bad, but I actually find all of the entries in this franchise pretty solid. But as far as Leprechaun in the Hood go, it starts off with Ice-T and his little cronies or whatever. It's like the 70s. And they end up finding the leprechaun and all his gold. And the leprechaun's all statued up like he is in part 3. Um, so he ends up stealing that and all the gold and ends up becoming this big record label and everything. And then it flash forwards 20 or 30 years or whatever. And there's a rap group. And I assume it's Compton or something. I actually don't know what city it takes place in, but it looks like Compton. You know, they're trying to make it as this rap group spreading positivity and all that. And obviously they're trash. And Ice-T thinks they're trash and all that. And sends them on their way and insults them pretty much in the process. And this group, the rap group, ends up robbing Ice-T, stealing all the gold, stealing the magical flute, and stealing the medallion that's on the leprechaun's neck that keeps him as a statue. And that's one of the really goofy parts of the movie, is that whole issue of it. And this whole thing with the flute they added in. It's like, I guess Ice-T, when you play this flute, everyone stops and looks at you and listens, and that's how he became such a millionaire or whatever, however, because he puts it in his music. And this kid ends up stealing it, and he ends up using it to effect later. But to me, the whole flute ordeal is really stupid. But the whole movie is bizarre and stupid, so it kind of fits to the charm of it. It's one of those, you gotta turn your brain off and just watch it, because it's a Leprechaun movie. And, you know, that's the general story. They gotta get away from the Leprechaun, and they gotta stay alive from Ice-T, because him and his henchmen are pretty much out there to kill him. You know, it takes place in the Hood, and it does look like how Compton and LA and stuff looks, so I give them props on that it's a Hood movie that actually looks like it takes place in the Hood. As far as Hood music goes, you don't really have a whole lot. The music is mostly original rap music from this group, and it sucks. You get a badass rap number from the Leprechaun in the last scene that's pretty funny, pretty cool. You even have like the strippers in the club singing the chorus for the Leprechaun song. But you know, it's a really enjoyable movie. I have a whole lot of fun with it, just like I do every single one. I really specifically like how the Leprechaun looks in this and Back to the Hood. I don't know, I just dig his look. I think that's from the cover, his look there. You know, everything he says riddles in this, or rhymes in this one. You know, the effects are pretty good for the most part. There's not as much over-the-top gore as I would like part 3. There's a scene where the Leprechaun's smoking a joint with Ice-T, and that's pretty cool. You know, there's a big showdown at the end, look typical, but, you know, it's not the best Leprechaun movie. It's not better than 2 or 3, but it is serviceable. It's better than part 4 in space. In my opinion, it's better than part 1. So, you know, it's a really good movie. I definitely recommend you checking it out if you like any kind of horror comedy. Or if you haven't seen any of the Leprechaun movies, I'd say give Leprechaun, the whole franchise, a chance, except for Origins, because that sucks. But it is goofy, so be warned there, you know. But yeah, that's my quick review of, well, actually, special features, shockingly, this is the complete collection, which you would think would be bare bones, but it actually comes with a whole documentary on every single film, but it's broken up into little segments for each film. So Back to the Hood has like a 20-25 minute segment on the making of that, with direct interviews with the director of that movie, and so on forth with every movie. I think there's like 20 minutes for part 1, 20 minutes for part 2, 20 minutes for part 3. So there is a documentary on this set. So if you do find this, which you could find it for 20 or cheaper all day, I definitely recommend picking it up, because Oddly enough, the transfer looked really good too. I've seen all the other transfers for the previous ones. They look equally amazing. You wouldn't expect the Leprechaun movies in a budget set like this to look that good, and they do look really good. So, yeah, I'll leave it at that. I'm going to stop rambling. So I'll see y'all next Monday. Peace.